On a quiet Friday evening, the lights inside Adrian Cole's mansion glowed softly against the gathering dusk. Adrian was a millionaire, the kind people read about in business magazines, calm, calculating, and always in control. But tonight he was exhausted. His company had just survived a brutal week of crises, and all he wanted was silence. Inside the kitchen, Maria, his maid for the last 2 years, was finishing up the dishes. She moved quietly, almost invisibly, the way she always did. Adrian noticed the weariness in her shoulders, the same faded dress she wore every day, and the way her shoes were so worn they curved inward. He walked in and said, "Maria, I'm heading out. If you need anything from the market or for the house, just take my credit card and get it. I'll be back late." She froze. "Sir, your credit card?" No, I can't." "It's fine," Adrian said, waving it off as he placed the black metal card on the counter. "Just don't buy the whole city." He tried to joke, but she didn't laugh. She simply nodded, almost nervously, as he left. Hours passed. When Adrian returned near midnight, the card was gone from the counter, and so was Maria. A small, cold knot formed in his stomach. He checked his phone. One purchase. Not groceries. Not cleaning supplies. Not anything for the house. Just one transaction. A large one. His heart tightened. What the hell? He grabbed his coat and rushed back out, typing the address from the transaction into his GPS. It wasn't a mall or a restaurant. It was a hospital. When he arrived, he saw Maria sitting in the corridor, her head bowed, hands shaking. There was a stack of medical papers beside her. Adrian approached slowly. "Maria, what did you buy?" She looked up, and her eyes were filled with tears she had been holding for years. "Sir. I'm sorry. I will pay you back. I promise. I didn't want to steal. I didn't know what else to do." Adrian softened a little. "Tell me what happened." Her voice trembled as she tried to explain. "My son, he collapsed tonight. He couldn't breathe. They said it was his lungs, something he's been suffering from since he was born. He needed an immediate procedure. They wouldn't start without payment." She swallowed hard. "I had nothing. Not even enough for a cab. I saw your card and I didn't think. I just ran." She broke. Tears spilled onto her hands. "I used your money to save him. I know I crossed a line. Fire me. Call the police. But he was dying, and I had no one else." Adrian felt something crack inside him, something he didn't expect. He sat down beside her and whispered, "Maria, why didn't you tell me you had a son?" She shook her head. "My problems are not yours, sir. I came here to work, not to burden you." Before he could reply, a doctor walked out. "Are you the guardian?" he asked. Maria stood up instantly. "Yes." "Is he okay?" "Please tell me he's okay." The doctor smiled gently. "He's stable now. The surgery went well. You can meet him in a few minutes." Maria collapsed onto the chair, crying with relief. Adrian felt a lump rising in his throat, something he hadn't felt in a long time. He cleared his throat. "Doctor, how much will everything cost, including follow-ups?" The doctor read the amount from the chart. It was double what Maria had already spent. Adrian didn't hesitate. "Put it all on my account." Maria jerked her head up. "Sir, no. I can't let you." "Maria," he said firmly, "you didn't break my trust, you broke my heart." She blinked, stunned. "You should never have been this alone," he continued softly. "You work in my home every day. You take care of everything quietly, respectfully, and still you thought you had no right to ask for help. That tells me what kind of life you've lived, and how many times people must have told you your struggles don't matter. Her lips trembled again, but it wasn't guilt now, it was shock. Adrian stood and handed her the credit card. Keep it for now. Use it for his medicines, his food, anything he needs. And starting tomorrow, you're not my maid anymore. Maria froze. What do you mean? You're my employee, yes. But not to scrub floors. You'll work at my company. Front desk. Full salary. Benefits. Health insurance for you and your son. Maria covered her mouth with trembling hands. Sir, why would you do all this for me? Adrian's voice broke, just a little. Because someone once helped me when I had nothing. I've never forgotten what it felt like, and I refuse to walk past someone who reminds me of that younger version of myself. The nurse approached and said gently, "You can see your son now." Maria got up slowly and looked at Adrian with eyes full of gratitude, disbelief, and something deeper, trust she never thought she'd feel again. "Thank you," she whispered. Adrian simply nodded. She walked toward the room where her son lay, clutching the card he once thoughtlessly tossed on the counter, and which had now changed everything. For the first time in a long while, Adrian felt something shift inside his chest, not pain, not heaviness, but the warmth of doing something that truly mattered. And in that quiet hospital hallway, he realized. Sometimes, the most meaningful purchases don't come from wealth. They come from the heart of someone who finally understands its purpose.